Yo, hey, what's up guys? In this video, I want to go ahead and touch base upon a small little subject in regards to comic book convention prepping. The reason why I want to do this is because last year was my first year in about 15 years that I went to a comic book convention, and I was really unprepared. I was really unprepared to the amount of people that were there, the amount of booths, the information that was handed out, where people were, where artists and authors were. I wanted to get autographs. I was just dazed and confused. In this video, I'm hoping to give a lot of information to those people that have never really been to a comic book convention, and at least some tips and tricks, or at least what to expect when going. The first tip I want to go ahead and give, guys, hopefully I can capture this in about 15 minutes. The first one I want to say is basically know where you're going and what's going to be there. For an example, let me show you. And here's our Phoenix Comic Con website, guys. Normally, most comic book conventions have a website mainly for information on who's going to be there and what times, maybe even to purchase tickets, prices, times of the convention, days of the convention, location, and so forth. So I really recommend everyone to at least look for their comic book convention website and gather as much information as possible. In this scenario, I want to go and show you one little area where it actually talks about the people, the guests are actually going to show up there to either take pictures or to get autographs from. Okay, now here is a pretty huge list. Let me just scroll by really fast. Sorry if this gets you a little dizzy, but you get the point. It's just huge. I'm still scrolling. I'm about halfway. Hyperspeed. Okay, so you get the gist of it, guys. And what I mean by getting information, usually if you don't know who's going to be attending, hopefully the comic book conventions that you have, the website will give you a brief, picture of the artist or person going to be there, a quick bio, and locations and times. So you can see here, this guy's going to be doing a couple panels at our comic book convention. So, and you can tell the times and days he's going to be there. Look, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they're the times. And it's like that pretty much for, I would say, 99% of all the people, or at least all of the actors, artists, authors that are going to be there. However, I'm kind of disappointed because there's one guy that I really want to go to. Of course, you all know Arthur Saddam. He's the famous zombie painter, artist. And it does talk about what booths he's going to be in, but unfortunately it doesn't give the time. Oh, that's another cool one right there. Raven Gregory. If some of you don't know, he's the one that actually draws the Grimm fairy tales, the theater, all of those really cool Zenscope Entertainment comic books. Yeah, he's one of the authors / artists that are there, and it's pretty cool, so I can't wait to see him. So, yeah, that's just, like I said, gather as much information from the comic book convention website. Also, like I said, in this one, let me jump around. In this page, guys, it actually talks about purchasing photos, or at least how much they're going to be. For an example, there's a couple guys right here. You can take, $15. Some of them move up to $25. William Shatner, $80. Holy moly. But hopefully I'll have enough money left over to get his picture. I do plan on getting William Shatner's autograph. Unfortunately, that's probably going to be the only one I'm going to be able to afford. I would really like to get the whole cast, or at least the cast that's going to be there from Star Trek, but I don't think I'll be able to afford that. But like I said, another piece of information of what to expect. Okay, well, now you have an idea of how much money to take. Also, on this one, I purchased my tickets already in advance. I bought 2 adult tickets, and then I got 1 kind of free ticket for my daughter. It's 12 and under are free, but they get like what do you call it? A sidekick pass, where they get a lanyard and kind of a sidekick photo attached to their lanyard. They had one last year. My daughter really liked it, and it was pretty cool, so they're having it again this year. But again, my main purpose of telling you or giving you this information is at least you know what to expect and how much money to take and how much money to have prepared. Because normally with these photos, the actors will actually charge you right then and there at the booth. There are a couple people here that you can buy the photo the photo ops in advance, but majority of them you would have to pay at the booths. So just to keep that in mind. And it's always good to have cash at hand, guys. Credit card, yeah, or debit card is it's cool, but sometimes these dealers that are actually at the comic book convention, they don't have access to run credit cards or debit cards. So it's cool to have cash at hand, and especially with cash, it's a better opportunity to work out deals. And what I mean by that, if you see a comic book collector or at least a dealer there, and there's a bunch of comic books, or let's say there's one specific one that's like $200, you're like, hey, I don't have 200, I'll give you 125 cash right now. And they usually, if they know you have cash, they usually take it right there because they don't have to pay any fees or wait for money to be transferred to their account. So cash is always a plus. Moving on. Now, tip 2, guys, I recommend to get your comic books pulled and ready to go for the comic book convention. In my scenario, I use a program, of course, which I'm pretty sure most of you know. It's Comic Book Collector. Okay, I did a video about this, about the specific program that you see here on the screen, not too long ago. So you know what? I'll put a little link here on the screen somewhere. So in case you haven't seen my program that I use to organize my comic books, you can go back to that video and take a look on, what I do and how I rate or at least promote this application. Okay, so in my scenario here, I have a small list of artists and authors that are actually going to be there signing autographs. Okay, one example is Alex Sinclair. I've already typed in his name into my database, and I pulled up a bunch of comics that he's actually worked on. For an example, Justice League, Stormwatch, Superman, Earth 2, The Dark Knight, Batman Volume 1, Volume 2, Action Comics. So you get the point, guys. This program comes in handy for this specific purpose. I want to find Alex Sinclair in my vast collection of comics there. And this program allows me to find where that comic book or specific comic book is located. Again, see? Justice League, there's the title, the publisher, and there's a location. It's in box 2A, 4A, and then here, of course, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Come on, focus. As you can tell, boom, Alex Sinclair. See, Justice League #1. So I'll be taking this in to get signed by Alex Sinclair. And the same thing goes, guys, for all of the artists and authors that are going to be there that I'm going to want autographs from. Let me give you a brief example. Alex Sinclair, Arthur Sadam, Dan Parent, David Finch, Francis Manapul, George Perez, Greg Horn, Greg Land, John Layman, Merritt Michaels, Raven Gregory, Scott Collins, Stuart Eminem, Tony Parker. Those are the few names that I'm actually going to look at my database and start pulling comics from my comic book boxes in order to get that ready for the comic book convention this weekend. So again, the step 2 here, the main purpose is get them ready way beforehand so you're not at the last minute pulling comic books, risking bending them. At least you know what you have and you have it all set and all ready, so when the weekend comes, boom, you're out the door. So this is step 2. Moving on to step 3. The next tip, guys, I want to go ahead and talk about are prepping your supplies. Here in front of you are just a few supplies that I take with me on my EDC. If you guys don't know what EDC means, it means everyday carry. Now, I have a book bag that I take to work with me. I usually have a bunch of stuff in there. Not really all of this stuff in front of you, but you get the point. Supplies, what I mean by that in regards to Comic-Con is basically take entertainment, food, maybe some batteries, your cameras, phones, just stuff to keep you going throughout the day. Various types of things that you want to take to Comic-Con. I'm going to go through with you what I'm taking to give you some type of pointers to those people that haven't never been to Comic-Con. Now, the reason why I say this, guys, because a lot of you are probably thinking, man, I'm not going to take all that stuff. All I'm going to take is comics and that's it. Well, cool. If that's what you want to do, if you think you're going to get by, cool. You know what? Because that's what I did last year. I did that, and you know what? To give you a better realization of Comic-Con, if you're going to a pretty large one, expect waiting in line for a long period of time. Okay? When you're waiting in line, yeah, you can play on your phone, of course, but that sometimes gets boring. You may want to take a PSP. See? PSP. I'm going to take mine because I do plan on staying in line this weekend, waiting for autographs. And you know what? Sometimes I want to save my phone. I don't want to really play on my phone because I want to save my phone either for emergencies, if I want to call my friends, hey, meet me up here or meet me over here. You may want to also take a battery charger or extra battery for your phone or camera. This, guys, is a small USB battery charger. Good for phones, PSPs, cameras. It holds about 4 to 6 hours worth of charge in this battery, and you basically just plug it in with various types of USB adapters that connect, to your phone or whatever electronic device that you may have, and it charges your device with no problem. I bought one of these, and it comes in handy a lot. The next thing that I plan on taking, guys, of course, is my camera. My phone's right there. One's a work phone, one's my personal phone, which I need to take also. Plan on taking a watch. You don't want to really trust on your phone a lot. If you want to save the battery in your phone, always take a watch. Just in case, you always want to meet up at a certain time. You want to know when special events or special seminars start, autographs start. You need to be able to tell time. Next thing I want to take, guys, are hand wipes. Okay, or at least Clorox wipes, because we all know it's safe to say that not everybody in the whole entire world is clean, or at least some type of hand sanitizer, because you never know. I just don't want to get sick. A lot of germs are out there, a lot of dirty people, so I plan on taking that. The next thing I do want to take is a Bluetooth headset. Next thing I'm going to take, guys, is headphones. Usually if I'm by myself or I'm walking the convention center, I just don't like the noise of people yelling or at least talking. That commotion, that crowd noise, that just commotion noise, I hate that. So I usually just pop in my headphones into my phone and just listen to music. A couple chargers I'll be taking, especially for my iPad. I do plan on taking my iPad with me. My daughter's using it right now. Maybe my hat right here. I have a little sun hat in case I do go walking for lunch down the street. It's Phoenix, Arizona. It's 105, 110 degrees already here, so it gets pretty hot. Some bottled water, guys. It's always good to take refreshments with you and snacks, because usually at these conventions, they're really, really expensive. If you want to take pins, extra, oh yeah, that's right, pins would be a good idea, and especially Sharpies, because who knows if you're at your favorite artist and like, oh well, my Sharpie doesn't work. Oh boom, here's my pen, or here's my Sharpie, you can use mine. So that's another good idea. Kleenex is another good idea, guys, to take. We always know, sometimes there's people that get bloody noses there or runny noses. Who knows? Kleenex can always come in handy, especially with if you have a rag or something with you. But that's pretty much it. Let's go on to the next tip. The last tip I have for you guys is taking the right size and type of bag with you to the comic book convention. This one in here is basically the one I took last year and the one I'm going to take this year. And it's the perfect size for me. It's pretty lightweight. It has a lot of pockets. It's really durable, so I know it's not going to break if I do buy something heavy. It's not going to fall apart on me. I've had this for a while now, and it's a really heavy-duty bag. The reason why, guys, is because taking a good bag is really important, because we all know you go to a convention, you buy stuff, or you take stuff with you to get autographed. A bag comes in handy in that specific, or at least those two specific needs. Especially if you're taking children with you. You want to take some water, snacks, throw it in here. With my daughter, she has her own book bag also she takes, because she always buys, little knickknacks, little toys. And I've told her, dude, if you're gonna buy stuff, I'm not gonna carry that for you. You need to carry your own stuff. You're old enough now. So she takes a bag. So it's really good to take a bag, guys, especially, food over there is really expensive. Having snacks and water, if you're trying to keep on a budget, you want to spend that money on comic books or autographs, hey, take some snacks with you. Bag will come in handy. Also in your bag, guys, what I didn't mention in my last little shot there, my last little scene, is when you do take comic books, make sure you take them properly. A lot of people I've seen, they've even taken their comic book boxes. They'll have a little carrying device or carrying strap. Well, they'll have rollers, and they'll take 1 or 2 boxes with them, because it has, comic books they either want to sell or trade. In this scenario, this is what I have. And this is what I take, guys. It's a small little box. I'm assuming maybe 10 inches long, 3 inches, 4 inches deep. It's just a small little box that I got at work. and it's actually the perfect size to take comic books. It flips open like this, and boom. There are my comic books. I put some styrofoam in here to keep them in place, and as you can tell, it's pretty cool. My comic books fit nice and snug in there. And it allows me to take this box and throw it in my bag without any type of problems. So you may want to look into taking the right type of box, or at least carrying item to put your comics in, because if you just put your comic books into your bag, we all know you're going to bend them, guys, and you don't want to carry them in your hands or in a bag because you might drop them, bump them against something, somebody might smash into them accidentally. Take them in a box, guys. Seriously, maybe you know those comic book or those book mailers that you can probably get at Walgreens, or maybe the US Post Office has some type of box you can look into. But take a nice size box, because right here I'm taking about, looks about 12 to 14 comic books with me, and with the styrofoam here to keep them in place, it's a perfect match of organization. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know, hit me up, but expect another video in 1 to 2 days. I will be doing a video or multiple videos there at my local comic book convention. Pictures, everything. I'm going to do the whole 9 yards. So expect that to be out. And until then, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Peace.